Haha, this loser's only got a Switch. You poor person. You don't have the Switch 2 yet? Absolute loser here. Hi there. How is everyone doing? We're going to be reviewing the Nintendo Switch 2 tonight. Hope you guys are ready. And this is going to be an unbiased review, an unbiased live review. I know I've been doing a lot of videos, you know, criticizing Nintendo. We're going to look at the Switch 2 tonight in all of its glory. Guys, if I'm being straight up, this console is cool, but it's more of a Switch Pro than it is a Switch 2, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, first things first, this menu, and I'm not just trashing on the menu, it's a great menu, right? Does the job, shows the games you have, shows the apps you have. It's the exact same as the Switch 1. This was already on the Switch 1. You get all of your Nintendo 64 games from the Switch 1. So pretty good selection. Ocarina of Time, they got all the bangers in here. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. You guys know this from the Switch 1. However, they brought GameCube games to the Switch 2, and you have to have a Switch 2 if you want to play these GameCube games. Oh, these are the only 3 games. But when you launch a console, all right, and, you know, you say, oh, the Switch 2 is required if you want to play GameCube games, you got to give a pretty good lineup of GameCube games. And these are solid games. These 3, F-Zero, definitely, though, Wind Waker is definitely the selling point. I feel like Wind Waker is what everyone wants. It's like, why didn't they drop the bangers? In this, like, they could have had Super Smash Bros. Melee, you know, Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, you know, Luigi's Mansion. Wind Waker's a banger. I'm not complaining. It's like, I wish they, and I get it. They said more are coming, so we'll probably get these in the future, right? We'll probably get them 6 to 12 months, but they should have just brought it out for the launch. Lackluster. It's cool that they're doing GameCube games, but the fact that they only launched it with 3, not my cup of tea. If you're not interested in these 4, right, it's probably just not going to be worth it to get a Switch 2, because these 4 are the selling points right here. These 4 are the selling point of the Switch. You get an actual, like, increase in performance, and we're going to go through all of these real quick. How do you feel about the texture of the Joy-Con 2s? I love, that's another pro. Let's talk about another pro. Another pro is the handheld, right? The handheld feels great. It is way better than the Switch 1. For those of you who have held it and the Joy-Cons, it just feels 10 times better than the Switch 1. However, handheld battery only lasts like 3 hours tops. That's a negative, all right? And I get it. It's a powerful machine. I get it. But it's like, at this point, if you're like going in an airport or traveling, you got to have constant, like, if you're gaming hard, you got to have constant access to power. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza is coming out in a month. So if you want Donkey Kong Bonanza, maybe it's worth getting a Switch 2 right now. I personally am looking at the Dusk Bloods, which is the From Software exclusive for Nintendo. And I realized, I was like, I might as well just get a Switch 2 right now. That was my mindset. The pre-orders on Walmart went up like 4 weeks ago. Went ahead and pre-ordered one. The queue was smooth, so I was like, I might as well get one. That's what I did, because I'm mostly excited for the Dusk Bloods. Not saying I'm not excited for these. I'm probably going to play through Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to play through Violet for the first time ever at some point, because I played Violet back 3 years ago, right? But guys, oh my gosh, the performance was so bad. It was so bad, I literally returned the game. Because of how bad it ran on the Switch 1, okay? It was so bad, okay? Now, it runs, I tried it the other day, it runs at a smooth 60 frames per second. It is great, all right? Some of the textures still look like it's on GameCube because of Game Freak, but it is smooth. It's playable now. It's great. It's great. Yeah, it ran terribly on the Switch 1. Yeah, if you have not played Violet like me, right, it might be worth getting a Switch 2, because now you can enjoy it, right? And Violet, I feel like with this upgrade, might be one of the best Pokemon games. One of the best in the modern gen anyway. All right, let's do it. Mario Kart World here. I've never played this game before, so. Yes, Cal, let's go. Okay, guys, again, I have not played this game yet. I only played Mario Kart a few times on the Switch 1, the Deluxe 8, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, got him. Am I in second? Get out of here, bro. Oh, he passed me, rip. Bro, I'm actually unbeatable as the cow. Does the green protect me? It does not. We learned. Unfortunate. Oh, he took my spot? Excuse me? No. Ah, unfortunate. Why is there a speeder? I finished in second. Unfortunate. Man, well, for my first ever Mario Kart race, well, I did play Mario Kart 8 like once. Not bad. And of course, Waluigi. Wow. Of course, Waluigi gets first place. Wow, wow, wow. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like I said, it's like, I've always been more into like the single player games personally. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. It's simple. Like I said though, like I'm more personally into single player games for Nintendo. But it's good. If you love Mario Kart, right? I'm not saying like Mario Kart is bad or anything. It's just not my thing personally. Like yeah, I'll be much more into Donkey Kong Bonanza when that comes out in a month for sure. Mario Kart World was fun. Let's do Pokemon Violet. See what Pokemon Violet is about. I feel like I'll go with this guy. What's your name? Oh, I can change stuff. That's cool. I like that. Bro, what is this? Enrollment activity? Wait a second. Is this a job application? Because if there's a job application in this game, absolute 0 out of 10. Immediate 0 out of 10. I'm scared of job applications. It looks so good and smooth. If only we had this 3 years ago instead of whatever that abomination Game Freak gave us. When are they gonna put voice acting in Pokemon? Is it really that hard to get voice acting? It's so much more smooth. Haha, this loser's only got a Switch. He's only got a Switch 1. You poor person, you don't have the Switch 2 yet? Absolute loser here. Oh yeah, I love every Pokemon game starts the same, bro. It's like, oh, well, son, it's time for you to go out into the wilderness and just leave home as a child to go capture animals and have them fight each other and to basically just risk everything. You guys gotta understand, this is cool, but this is Nintendo just reaching the minimum, or the bare minimum, okay? This is cool, but they should have done it already. Why is my mom kind of bad? Okay, that sounded so weird. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking Flay Coco. The way that he looks at me, it just feels like there's one brain cell in there. I'm not gonna lie, he's just like... I feel like me and him are sharing one brain cell right now. Greg, are we good with Greg? Greg is straight up. I love it. Just Greg. The rival is supposed to have an advantage type, right? That's the whole point of them being your rivals, that they have the advantage. Hasn't been a thing since Gen 5. Weak! Weak, Gen! Weak! Nintendo was like, oh, we gotta make it easier for our players, so we'll give them the advantage. Oh my gosh. Weak! Weak sauce. Absolute weakness. I don't need the advantage. Weak. Absolute weak generation. I know the game is made for kids, but these kids need to toughen up. That's a good stopping point. Remember, guys, we don't want to delve too much into the game. Now we're gonna play Breath of the Wild. Ooh, that's sleek. Technically, this is a port of a port, isn't it? Think about it. This game is a port of a port. This game first came out on the Wii U, then it was re-released on the Switch. Now it has been re-released for the Nintendo Switch 2. I do think the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom is a lot more hype than Breath of the Wild. It's kind of hard to go back to Breath of the Wild after playing Tears, I'm not gonna lie. The frame rate. It only took Nintendo like 10 years to get up to 60 frames, bro, I swear. I gotta say, guys, the 60 frames per second, it's like I'm mad. I'm conflicted because this is awesome. This is great. But this is the bare, again, this is the bare minimum. They should have done this already. I love this. That's my conflict. It's like, it's so cool, but it should have been like this 5 years ago. It's like we're praising Nintendo. Oh my gosh, Nintendo is the best. They discovered 60 frames per second. They're doing such a good job. Wow, I love to glaze Nintendo. Like, this should have been the thing 5 years ago. Oh my gosh. Like, this is fun, but again, I realize it's the bare minimum. I don't want 4K 60, I want 1080p at 120. It's just, I feel like once you experience Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, it's just harder to go back when all of those mechanics from Tears of the Kingdom, you remember all those mechanics and you're like, oh man, I missed them, you know? We're gonna head on over to Tears of the Kingdom now. And then I will give my review. Golden Retriever. I just pushed her, bro. Golden Retriever boyfriend, bro. Link is the definition of a Golden Retriever boyfriend. I had to drop $500 for you, ungrateful viewers. All of you saying, bro, still got a Switch 2. I got it for you guys for this stream to review. And you guys just make fun of me. Bro bought Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, to review it.
This all aligns with what I've read.
I did it for you.
And a fierce
what am I supposed to do? Just say the Nintendo Switch 2 is just trash and not even buy it? I will say, as much as I love to dog on Nintendo, this is in my top 10. This game is in my top 10 games of all time. They cooked with this game. They cooked. They absolutely cooked. Oh man, guys, I remember this. This is an epic start. Huge. Okay. What a fabulous way to separate Tears of the Kingdom from Breath of the Wild when the game literally starts you in Sky Islands. Such a perfect way to be like, oh, this is different from Breath of the Wild, by the way. Epic. So cool. And the music. And I think the title pops up right here, doesn't it? If I remember correctly. Yep. Absolute cinema. Almost 3 years later. Still a banger. Awkward moment when a branch does more damage than a... That awkward moment when a branch does more damage than a sword. Yeah, this game, wow, it looks amazing on the Switch too. But it's like, it should have been like this. I'm so conflicted. Okay, I gotta get to the review section of the Switch 2. I'm kind of conflicted. Because I love all of these upgrades. They're great. And I don't think it's worth $500. I don't. It sucks because if this came out, I feel like 3 or 4 years ago, it would have been great. It would have been awesome. But the way that Nintendo stays behind is getting old. It's getting really old. And because gaming is changing so much, so fast, that it was back 10 years ago with the Switch 1, it wasn't a big deal, right? Because it was like, oh, you know, it's gaming is whatever. But with how fast gaming has changed in just the last 10 years, I don't think Nintendo is cutting it anymore. I just don't. It's fun, but it is not worth getting right now. It's just not. Nintendo chooses to stay behind. They do not innovate like PlayStation and Xbox. They do the bare minimum, and that's what they're doing here. They are giving us the bare minimum. They are charging us current gen prices for last gen performance. It's their brand, right? The Nintendo Switch. And people will drop money for the brand. And we see it. We see what does this game have to offer? Brand new. Mario Kart World. That's pretty much it. That's really it. But it doesn't matter because it sold out everywhere. Because FOMO, fear of missing out. It's a powerful thing. Fear of missing out, oh my gosh. Absolutely crazy. That's why everyone bought it. I mean, Mario Kart World, for sure. However, I did have fun tonight. I enjoyed Mario Kart World. I enjoyed the upgrade to Pokemon Violet. I'm definitely going to be playing Pokemon Violet, and I will be replaying Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom when I have the time. But I've already played through both of those. They just have better performance. That's it. Nintendo doesn't have the best console regulations and just console things. Like, they can brick my console if I try to fix it. That's crazy. Absolute insanity. As a company, it's a lot of shady decisions. At what point, as consumers, right, we're buying their product, I bought their product, I can use the excuse, oh, I'm a content creator, I'm doing it for review, oh, I'm doing it for you guys, all that I want. I still bought the product. I still supported Nintendo, right? At the end of the day, I did. At what point as consumers do we realize that by not buying something, we can get a better product? By not consuming something, we can consume a better product, right? Because I guarantee you, Nintendo is just going to keep doing this because they sold out of these consoles. It's one of the best hardware sales of all time. They're going to keep doing it because consumers told Nintendo, hey, we love this, right? Because we're spending our money on it. We voted with our wallets. We voted with our dollars. And it's an incredible success, incredible sales. So good job, Nintendo. That's basically what consumers are saying with their money, as we are saying with our money when we buy the Switch 2 and when it sells out in most places. Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't Nintendo we keep complaining about Nintendo, right? But doing the bare minimum? Exactly. They're doing the bare minimum for a reason. It's because people support them doing the bare minimum. But Nintendo is comfortable staying one step behind. They're comfortable staying one step behind because for some reason, consumers and gamers have no problem with them being one step behind, and they will support them more so for being one step behind. So with all that being said, I did have a fun time tonight. I hope they release more games because right now it's just Mario Kart World. The GameCube games are cool. I'll probably play Wind Waker, Nintendo 64 games. I mean, that was on the Switch 1. I think I'm going to stick with my original rating, and a lot of people would say a lower rating, but I'm going to stick with a 6 out of 10 currently. You guys are right. A year down the line, Dust Bloods, Donkey Kong Bonanza, new Mario game, new Smash game. When all of these new games come out, my score can change, but currently, the Switch 2 is a 6 out of 10. Currently, because there's just not a lot that is being provided right. So yeah, I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. A Nintendo Switch, 6 out of 10. Great console. I just hope it offers more in the next in the year to come in terms of a gaming experience. Giving it a 6 out of 10, I feel like that's fair. I feel like a lot of people would tell me to give it a 0 out of 10 because of the privacy, but I think that's a little overboard. I think 6 out of 10 is fair. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate the support. You guys have a good one. All right. See you.